fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we already tapped 53,000 this morning and dump right back down to 52. Also, breaking news, South Korea's opposition party is now pledging to let domestic investors buy Bitcoin ETFs. That's right, both parties now support lifting of the ban. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, stocks are setting up for another 1987 style crash. Bitcoin will emerge triumphant as the ultimate safe haven. Money is already fleeing gold ETFs and pouring into Bitcoin ETFs. He also says, I like Cathie Wood's ARK Invest. They are true Bitcoiners. Let's go. Also in today's show, Bitcoin holdings on Coinbase reached the lowest level since 2015 as whales withdraw $1 billion in BTC. Also, institutions pour all-time record of $2.4 billion of capital into crypto ETPs in 1 week. I'll be sharing this latest data from CoinShares, as well as BlackRock labels Bitcoin as progress in their latest spot Bitcoin ETF ad, as well as rich dad Robert Kiyosaki expects Bitcoin to smash $100,000 per coin by June of this year. Send it. Also, in today's show, we have Whitney Webb exposing BlackRock's grand scheme to tokenize the world. That's right. In the aftermath of the recent Bitcoin ETF approvals, BlackRock's Larry Fink revealed that soon everything will be ETF'd and tokenized, threatening to fractionalize not just existing assets and commodities, but the natural world, reducing most living things into Wall Street financial products to be traded on a single universal ledger. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome crypto fam. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Happy Tuesday, February 20th. Lots going on, man. Mass volatility in the markets right now. We're witnessing in real time. As I've been warning you guys, leading up to the halving, expect more massive volatility. Lo and behold, today we already touched 53, bounced back down to 51.6, 51.7, where we're currently at. We have Ethereum on the cusp of smashing $3,000. Markets are lit. Supply shock incoming. The Bitcoin supply is drying up, especially on Coinbase, the largest exchange here in the States. Shout out Jennifer Conkright. Good to see you, family. K-Jam in the building. What's up? Rob Height. Welcome, welcome. Eric Castro, Bakersfield. What it do? Bitcoin gonna drink gold's milkshake. That's right, oh Hardy. You got that right. What up, Crypto Surge? Loud, clear, and smooth. Music to my ears. What up, Gian? Good to see you, family. Loud, clear, and smooth here in South Carolina. Appreciate that, Jennifer.
Pump it up.
Pump the likes, pump the stream, and let's go. Copy radio check. Yes. Hit that like button on the way. Show y'all love. Thank you, Zoe. Appreciate that. Everyone just tuning in. Good morning, Huddle fam. I know we're streaming early this morning. We're going to be streaming early tomorrow and actually all week, just FYI. That's why it's important to have notifications turned on as my schedule switches each and every week. Good morning, Huddle fam. Good morning, Mr. Bone Daddy. What it do, Knoxville? Bitcoin is going to drink gold's milkshake. You got to love that one, right, K-Jam? What up, JV? What up, Coos Dog? One House Productions. Why the frick got my comment bounced? Man, sometimes who knows what's going on over here with YouTube. Dude, you got me replaying that song. Nice. Boing. Pump it up. Hodling and happy. Love to hear that, Lisa Brault. Makes me walk faster when I listen to it. Pump it up. Shout out Little Bubble.
Pump it up.
Yes, you already know. Appreciate you guys. Pump the likes to pump the stream. This is live and interactive show 7 days a week, hence the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. So let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm broadcasting live from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Sometimes it's bananas. That's right. Pump. Sometimes we dump it up and stack them sats. Take advantage of the dips.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Let's go. Bitcoin to the moon. You already know, Jennifer. What up, Lock Sky? Good to see you, family. What it do? We got Bitcoin. Again, extremely volatile day. We already tapped 53 earlier, and it was just a few hours ago, and we're back down to 51.6. So it looked like there was some pretty strong resistance sitting at 53, which brought us back down, but we'll see. We're still above 51,600, so not too shabby. I think this week I'm still anticipating 55,000 Bitcoin. What are your thoughts? Liquidity, some gold this afternoon, some sold, not drinking it, getting more Bitcoin. Nice passive. Good to see you, broski. Question, what's the second best Bitcoin? Well, we got to ask the one and only Giga Chad that question.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
That's right. There is no second best crypto asset. How dare you even ask that question? Watching from Norway. Welcome, Bina. Appreciate you tuning in. All I said was it is snowing. Weird. Yeah, sometimes, again, YouTube has a mind of its own, so sometimes it bees that way. Don't take that personal. KJam, 0 is second best. There you go. Appreciate you guys.
I'm not saying I'm number one.
I'm sorry, I lied.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell them, KRS. Did someone say Bitcoin? Damn right. That's why I got the yellow in the jersey today for the Bitcoin, if you know what I mean. Do you think we will have a pre-halving retracement? Yeah. But define a pre-halving retracement. How much you expecting to retrace? Every halving, we pump, we retrace, we pump, and expect extreme volatility. Nothing new under the sun. We can have $5,000 pumps and $5,000 dumps simultaneously in the same day, theoretically. So expect extreme volatility. So to answer that question, yeah, absolutely. Every halving, we do. I only drink Bitcoin bathwater. Does anyone else? The bathwater, you guys are awesome. Add the 0. Yeah, man. We need what is that? $517,000 Bitcoin price. Send it. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Está bien? ¿Y tú, Francisco Corredor? How's it going, family? Anonymous user, 20%. What's 20% from here? That'd be a pretty substantial dip, I would say. What do you think of Capital One and Discover? Yeah, I saw that. Capital One just acquired Discover card for a multi-billion-dollar transaction. I didn't get to read the details, but I saw the headlines. And I guess another one bites the dust. And another one, as consolidation continues. I think the same will happen with the major banks. They're like JP Morgan. They're going to buy out all the smaller banks, especially considering they're insolvent right now. Kathy's Bathwater is back again. That should be like a Netflix special. Kathy's Bathwater for the broskies. Great. I need to load up more. Cheers to that, Anonymous. 20% is about 10,000. Well, yeah, we can. I mean, we already witnessed that this year, right? As soon as the ETFs went live on January 11th, within a day or two, it was like it touched 49 and then we dropped to 38. That was an $11,000 spread. Like within 24, 48 hours. I don't have the chart in front of me, but that's how fast things can go up and down. And I would expect that to continue leading into the halving. But the bigger picture, the overall trajectory is going to be price action, achieving price discovery and trending in that direction. So even though we're going to get $5,000 pullbacks, more than likely, potentially even another $10,000, $11,000 pullback, the overall trend is going to be entering price discovery. How many of you are optimistic that we enter price discovery, which would mean 69,000 above and beyond before the halving, which is scheduled to take place in like 56 days? Let me know, family. Then the major pump. Yeah, man. Someone say pump, 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 pump it up.
More than 5 sats and you stacked and get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
Jennifer, what up, what up? Carrie, good morning. Good to see you as well, family. Folsom Huddle, welcome, welcome. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also important to smash the like to help pump the stream, as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Today is pod episode number 1557. I'm your host, JV, rocking the number 11. As we do. And yeah, today is February 20th, 2024. There's only like 56 more days until the halving, the biggest event that occurs every 4 years in the crypto sphere. Let's kick it off with our market watch. This morning, we were like, down. And then before I went live, we tapped 53. Then we corrected. We're currently sitting just above 51,800. We have Ether, which almost touched 3,000, maybe on some of the exchanges it has already. It's continuing to pump, while Solana, Cardano, BNB, and XRP are all pulling back. And in the red. And let's zoom out on the monthly to get a more broader perspective. You can see Bitcoin still crushing it, up 23% on the month. Ether up 18%, Solana 15, 88, 18, BNB 10, and XRP not doing anything. But anyways, checking out coinmarketcap.com. Earlier it was 1.99 trillion, on the cusp of 2 trillion. So we may have touched it when we tapped 53, but then it pulled back just here shortly. And we're sitting at roughly 84 billion in volume for the past 24 hours, means it's up 35%. Bitcoin dominance is at 51.8%, while the Ether dominance continues its momentum, currently at 17.9%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, Filecoin leading the pack, up 9.5%, followed by GNO, followed by Sia Coin. Very modest gains in the alt market as the majority are currently correcting and in the red. And I'm curious, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on for this bull run? Let me know, family, in the comments. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective. Yesterday, virtually everything was in the green. Well, today, now we're pulling back, correction. As you can see, the overall altcoin market correcting in the red with a handful still in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, still overall pretty fantastic month, not just for Bitcoin, but for the entire crypto sphere. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index shows we're currently rated a 72 greed. Yesterday 75, last week a 79 extreme greed, the highest we have seen this in a couple of years. And last month a 56 in greed. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown clock, we only have 56 more days, family, until the estimated halving taking place, scheduled to be April 17th. Again, less than 2 months out. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to be by the time of this halving? Let me know in the comments, family. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Pump the likes to pump the stream. XRP will go eventually, fam, says K-Jam. Helen, where you been? It's been a minute. Yesterday we saw Ellen, and I'm like, where's Helen been? And there you are. So it's good to see you again. How you been, family? XRP is not doing anything. Exactly. Like everything has been crushing it, but it's just like flatlined XRP. It's kind of been dead in the water since Mr. Jay Clayton, in his last day working at the SEC, filed that lawsuit against Ripple Labs. And even now, after they had the trial and, you know, mixed perspectives on who actually won, the SEC says they won, XRP says they won. But bottom line, the price value or price action is still heavily suppressed. And according to Max Kaiser, it's going to continue to be that way because they're targeting it. And unfortunately, the SEC has infinite resources. So we'll see how that plays out. I am sub, but not showing. What the heck? Helen, what's going on with the YouTube algorithms? Cause for the alt win, says M2. Thanks for sharing. Sold Mount XRPO. Bone Daddy, what a handle. I know we have the best usernames in crypto for sure. What's up, fam? Sorry I'm late. It's all good, Abel. You're actually right on time. Hello from Chicago. Shout out to Shaw City. James Elsey, welcome, family. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys just tuning in.
Broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
He said, we bought more bags, still we got a sword back.
Whatever the price as the halving times that 3x for the all-time high. I dig it. So hypothetically speaking, if we're 60,000 at the time of the halving in 2 months, then we can 3x 60, that take us to 180. Send it. Any idea when the SEC deadline is to appeal? Are you referring to the XRP case? I'm not sure. They're still awaiting a settlement from my knowledge. I think that's where they're at. So we'll see if they got to pay. We'll see what the shakedown is. It'll be a few $100 million. Fortunately for XRP, they have the war chest to actually afford it. No other crypto company probably can. You know what I mean? XRP year is 2025. Mark my word, says George Lorenzo. Well, for all of you XRP hodlers, I want to see you guys win. So I'm rooting for you guys to have some gains. But be careful out there because anything is possible. The safest horse and the fastest in the race is always going to be the king, BTC. 100,000 by the halving. Send it. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad's projecting 100K by June. What are your thoughts? 54 next week. I'm feeling 55 this week, Rodolfo Perez. What up? What up? All right. Thanks. You're very welcome, Anonymous. Sorry, 2025 is going to be Bitcoin's year again. I agree. I think we hit the cycle peak next year because that's what history shows us. But I'm still optimistic we enter price discovery this year and potentially tap even 100,000 per coin so we can finally have our 100K fiesta in Puerto Rico. What do you guys think? What is happening, JV? Just waking up? Nice. Press Start Gaming. I know I'm streaming early today because I got to pick my daughter up from school here in a bit. I feel pretty good with ETH. I think Bitcoin will rhyme with its previous cycles. I think right on, Carrie. Until it shows us otherwise, I'm in that same camp. You know what I mean? We'll see how that plays out. But anyways, let's dive into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. As you can see here, Bitcoin dipped into intraday lows February 20th as a public holiday in the US limited the buy demand. Yesterday was President's Day, Abe Lincoln's birthday, so the traditional markets were closed. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour chart. Data from TradingView tracked the Bitcoin price floor of 51.3 on Bitstamp. An otherwise flat start to the week ended in cold feet for Bitcoin after the February 19th daily close. But a recovery subsequently took the market back to 52. And in fact, just a few hours ago, we hit 53 before dumping right back to where we started at around 51.5. Wall Street was closed the day prior thanks to President Day, meaning there were no new inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which were recorded. And as this continues, these inflows have consistently buoyed the market sentiment in the recent weeks, creating a positive feedback loop as others attempt to front run the institutions by buying Bitcoin in advance. In a recent commentary, Material Indicator suggested the long weekend would allow the price action to simmer down a bit after the recent rapid gains. And ahead of the intraday dip, another post laid out the potential lower targets should the bears gain the upper hand. Quoting him here, if Bitcoin doesn't bounce from here, consider the door to 51,000 opened. And if that doesn't hold, look to 50,000, then 48.6 for the next levels of support. If those don't hold, things can get very exciting in the short term. Long-term outlook, unchanged. Now, meanwhile, Ethereum hits levels absent for nearly 2 years. That's right. We saw Ethereum touch roughly $3,000 on some of the exchanges here this morning. Right here, you're looking at the 1 week Ethereum chart. So also the Ethereum dominance has been back on the rise. Quoting Mikhail Van de Popp, this is still a massive period to be rotating from Bitcoin towards Ethereum. The upward momentum is continuing in Ethereum, not in Bitcoin. And quoting Scoo, Ethereum on the 1 day clean higher high close after reclaiming the high time frame resistance. 2,728 weekly open, always a good opportunity area. Else structural high dips are for buying, in my opinion, higher lows. Alts still have a ton of opportunity from here, assuming Bitcoin remains strong after the 1 week close. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. And quoting Scoo, he also said the alts still have a ton of opportunity from here, assuming Bitcoin remains strong after the 1 week close. Other breaking news just in, South Korea's opposition party is now pledging to let domestic investors buy the Bitcoin ETFs, meaning both parties are now supporting lifting of the ban. Let's go. And quoting the high priest, Max Kaiser, in regards to this post regarding Stan Druckenmiller on the 1987 collapse, Max says stocks are setting up for another 1987 style crash. Bitcoin will emerge triumphant as the ultimate safe haven. Money is already fleeing gold ETFs and pouring into the Bitcoin ETFs. I like Kathy Wood's bathwater. Just playing. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest, ARK B ETF, which he is an investor in. He says they are true Bitcoiners. And also, BlackRock and Fidelity now hold over 200,000 Bitcoin through Coinbase, who is their custodian. I got to point that out, which is more than MicroStrategy, which currently has roughly 190,000 Bitcoin, and they bought it all in the first 26 days of trading. So Larry Fink ultimately accomplished what took Michael Saylor 4 years in 1 month. And they're just getting started, family. So you already know. As the ETF inflows shall continue today, let's go. Altcoins will get destroyed, says Warkus. It is a trap. That's right. Typically is. And add a 0 to the comma, please, to help up my cheese. Yes, 0, please. Let's go. Let's send this mofo to 500,000 above and beyond. Let's eclipse this freaking gold market cap already, as smart investors will be capitulating, turning their gold into Bitcoin. Because if they don't, they're doomed. Even Kiyosaki is short-term bearish on gold, and he is a strong proponent for gold for decades. He says gold is likely to dump to $1,200 an ounce. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. Now BlackRock buys the Bitcoin. Precisely. Question, does the over-the-counter market Bitcoin on Coinbase count the paper because that Coinbase needs to keep for the SEC? That's a great question. I honestly don't know. I just did the 2023 crypto taxes and found I recovered my losses from 2022. Let's go. Jennifer points out one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, always and has and always will. Facts. Smash the likes, family. Thank you, Skippin. The song is, that's right, the song we've been playing from Little Bubble. It's the remix from Joe Budden's Pump It Up. I love it.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
You can't short your dork. We can't afford that.
Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that. Yeah.
The minute you start a full-time job, yeah, man. By the way, ready for the 40, what is that, 40 to 4? 40, what is that, 40,000 to 44? Are you calling for, T-Man? Do you think it'll go down before the halving? Yeah, we're going to go up and down relentlessly. So you got to define when you say, do you think we're going to go down? Yeah, theoretically, $1 is going down. We just went down. We just dropped $5. So we'll continue to go up and down. So you got to define when you say, are we going to go down? Are you talking 10,000, 5,000, 1,000? Let me know. What up, JV? V as in victory. That's right. We connected from the bottom like the letter V. You already know. Started from the bottom, now we here. 100,000 before the halving? Send it. Yeah, so T-Man's calling for 40 to 43. I don't think so. I think 50 is the new 20. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, man. But yeah, it feels good to be above 50 because we know 50 is a major psychological level. We need Bathwater Anonymous here in this chat. I know, man. Your dollar's going down the toilet. Yeah, maybe toilet paper will be more valuable than the dollar here shortly because with all the germs on the dollar from the illicit activities like coca, you know what I mean? You can't let that touch your, you know what I mean? Toilet paper's safer. So maybe toilet paper will be more valuable than the fiat Ponzi scheme we call the dollar here shortly. What do you guys think? As the apex predator turns all other assets virtually worthless. Do we have good levels of support now? I mean, 50,000 is a pretty strong support. We'll see if we continue to hold it. Anything's possible, family. How far you think it'll go down before the halving? I'm in the camp where we're going to rise before the halving. So I think we're going to be in the 60s, potentially 70s. I think we're going to be much higher at the time of the halving. But yes, we will drop. We'll maybe hit 60, drop back to 50, and then go to 70. I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus, but expect extreme volatility. If you're hodling for the long haul, stack sats accordingly and hodl. Simple as that. Morning, bro. Love the energy of the stream. You need to come up with a line of crystals. That'd be pretty lit. Did I ever show you my crystals? One day I'll have to show them to you. I sleep with one, and I have one downstairs, my Bogle, which are my babies. I buy every day, maybe 50,000, says Abel. Nice, nice, nice. Are you waiting to buy in at the 12,000 team? Level up, level up, level up. But anyways, fam, if you're just joining us, pump the likes to help pump the stream. We appreciate it. Now let's discuss the supply shock as Bitcoin supply is drying up over on Coinbase. Bitcoin holdings on Coinbase have fallen to their lowest level in 9 years as users move a significant chunk of their holdings off the exchange. According to Crypto Quant, the whales moved 18,000 Bitcoin worth nearly $1 billion off of Coinbase just over this weekend, with transfers in value ranging from 45 mil to 171 million. Coinbase's public order book now holds around 394,000 BTC, which is estimated to be worth just above $20 billion. Whales moving their Bitcoin holdings away from centralized exchanges is considered a bullish sign, as less Bitcoin is available for sale. However, users on social media are divided over the nature of the transfers. Some believe the funds are being moved to custodial wallets in anticipation of a price surge, with the upcoming Bitcoin halving just less than 2 months away, creating a supply shock, while a few others believe that the moved funds could be used for liquidity for over-the-counter trades. Quoting Julio Moreno, largest hourly Bitcoin outflow in 2024 from Coinbase today, 18,746 Bitcoin moved in 2 transactions at the same block. However, the transactions have all the patterns that would suggest the Bitcoin is going into custody, input consolidation, new addresses being created. Others suggest the funds could be going to a different custodian and that they aren't individual withdrawals, as most of what are in these exchanges doesn't belong to them. anyways. So this number should be a lot lower. And with every Bitcoin halving cycle, the amount of the new Bitcoin entering the market is reduced in half, creating a supply crunch as demand continues to grow. The next Bitcoin halving is scheduled to take place April 17th at block height 740,000, a divine number as 7 and 4 equals 11. The block rewards for each block mined by miners will be reduced to 6.25 BTC from 6.25 to 3.125 BTC. The upcoming halving also comes amid the massive institutional demand. As we know, on January 11th, again, another divine number. We had 11, another divine number. ETFs officially approved. And currently around 900 Bitcoin is mined daily, while Bitcoin ETFs daily net inflows are about $500 million or about 9,650 BTC, despite Grayscale registering nearly 100 million in daily outflows. Post-April halving, the daily amount of Bitcoin produced will be reduced to about 450 BTC, with the institutional demand continuing to rise. This massive supply-demand gap has historically proven bullish for the Bitcoin price, with new all-time highs coming within a year of the halving. So there you have it, family. Do you feel a supply shock is imminent? And by when do you think this will likely occur? As you know, Bitcoin price kind of goes off of supply and demand. When you have more buyers than sellers, that's definitely a good sign that we're going to pump, and vice versa. When you have more sellers than buyers, that's a classic sign of a dump. So what happens when we have these ETF inflows accumulating 12.5x the daily issuance of Bitcoin, right? And you have a very limited amount of Bitcoin available on the exchanges, like we just witnessed the lowest supply from Coinbase in the past 9 years. What does that tell us? Eventually, all this Bitcoin is going to be dried up, and in order for these asset managers to continue to acquire more and more Bitcoin, which they need for their ETPs, exchange traded products, the price has to go up, because right now 80% of the Bitcoin supply is in the hands of the long-term hodlers, which is a beautiful thing. And a lot of these long-term hodlers refuse to sell regardless of the price action. So now you got to bribe them to sell their biddies by increasing the price. So incoming supply shock. Let me know your thoughts. You ever sample Black Eyed Peas Pump It? I have not. Thanks for the idea. Zera is having it on block 840,000, not 740,000, says TG. Pump it up. Gotta pump it up.
Crypto to zero, they really thought that.
Crypto to zero, they really thought that. Cost mutual. Oh, did you guys see the Sam Bankman-Fried photo? Wow. His little prison gang, they released that photo. It's all over X. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Very interesting. Yeah, so now the block reward is what it was. Don't tell you what it is. The transactions from the wallet to wallet. You were purchasing things okay. The song, appreciate you sharing what the song title is, K-Jam. Cost maturity effect. Shakan, what it do, family? What up, Nung? STRK is melting. Is melting considered a positive term? Does that mean it's going up, or it means it's melting to zero like a melting ice cube? Just to clarify, supply shock after the halving will cause the all-time high in price discovery mode. I'm with you on that, Jennifer. I think it's inevitable. And at the time, shout out Sharon Williams. I appreciate you subbing, because the block rewards get cut in half to the miners. So that 12.5x being bought up from the daily issuance is about to double. It's about to be 25 times the demand versus the supply. That tells us number go up technology in full effect. No risk, no fun, no money, says Messages. Sturgios, let's go. Welcome, family. John Matrix, don't take the brown acid. Supply shock after the halving. We'll shall soon see. Satoshi Nakamoto in the building. Shout out, Satoshi. We appreciate you, broski. 460,000 after the halving. Now we're talking. Rejected from the 0.702 for now. We were referring to that Fibonacci. We need to get above 52 and hold it for the next move up. Cheers to that. We're only $250 away from there. We already tapped 53 this morning. So again, expect more mad volatility. There's a great chance to buy. I agree with that. We live in interesting times. I also agree with that. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss $2.45 billion of capital into the crypto ETPs as the massive demand continues. Digital asset manager CoinShares says the institutions poured $2.45 billion into crypto investment products last week, which is the largest weekly inflow ever recorded. In its latest digital asset fund flows report, they say that the crypto investment products assets under management are now at their highest level since December of 2021. Can you say deja vu? Quoting them here, digital asset investment products saw record weekly inflows totaling in US 2.45 billion, with the inflows for the year to date now at an impressive 5.2 billion. These inflows, coupled with recent positive price moves, have elevated the total assets under management in the US to 67 billion, marking the highest level since December of 2021. And as you know, it was November 10th of 2021 we hit our impressive all-time high, which currently sits at 69,000. So according to CoinShares, the vast majority of the inflows, 99%, came from the US, likely due to the increased interest in the crypto spot ETFs. Quoting the report again, simultaneously, the outflows from incumbent players have decreased dramatically. Other regions, such as Germany and Switzerland, experienced modest inflows, 13 mil and 1 mil respectively, while Sweden saw outflows totaling 26 mil. So per usual, Bitcoin saw the lion's share of inflows, taking in 99% of last week's inflows at 2.43 billion. Then we had Ethereum, Avalanche, and Chainlink, as well as Polygon. Each saw inflows of 21 million, 1 million, 0.9 million, 0.9 million, respectively. Short Bitcoin positions saw nearly 6 million of inflows, while Solana suffered 1.6 million in outflows. So there you have it, my crypto fam. What up, everyone just joining the stream? Shout out to Dirty. What it do? Easy, just buy the production. There you go, Satoshi. My dudes are what good. Vibin', Ja Digital. Welcome, family. Deja vu. There you go. Deja vu. Anyone think we will hit 78 in the next few months? I know it's a very strong probability, family, because we have unprecedented demand in the markets thanks to the institutional FOMO. And we also have a supply shock incoming, and we also have a Bitcoin halving, all occurring at the same time. And that doesn't take into account the sovereign wealth fund adoption or the nation state adoption and all the other bullish catalysts we talk about on the regular here on the channel. I know you're super bullish long term, but if the Dow and the NASDAQ reject from the 4.2, what do you think Bitcoin and the general crypto market will do? I think personally, Bitcoin is on its own vector. So I don't think Bitcoin is dependent upon what the stock market does. I am very bearish of the stock market. I think we will collapse. Many experts are calling for like an 80% crash. I don't know how severe the crash will be, but I believe it's not going to affect Bitcoin because Bitcoin will do its own thing. Sometimes it seems to be correlated, but again, it's not always correlated because it's on its own trajectory. So I think a lot of the people will be moving money out of the stock market and out of gold and flooding Bitcoin to front run this ETF demand and to front run this halving. But what do you guys think? Let me know. The only reason it's at 51 is because of the idiots who are willing to sell at that price. Do you think the ETF holders are willing to? No. The ETF holders like BlackRock are going to be hodling for life. Good. 78,000. I start trading again. VJ speaks for Gary. Love watching you, JV, and having coffee, a big fat joint. Nice, Joe. Cheers to that. 55,000 Bitcoin this week. Let's go. Enjoy the caffeine as well as the THC, brother. Jim Mortal, who would sell their Bitcoin at 44,000? Why would they do that? It's a good question. DTF inflows won't allow for a large price drop. Exactly, because of the massive demand. I'm in that same camp. So goodbye, S&P. You had a nice run, but time to dump that stock money into Bitcoin. At least that's what the smart money is doing. Will the crash affect the proxies? What are you referring to as the proxies? 118,000 by the halving. Now we're talking. I love your username, by the way. It's going up forever, Laura. And speaking of it going up forever, Laura, here's some words from Sailor.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
It's true. It's true. Where's the halving party at? Well, we have a 100K party. It's not necessarily a halving party, but nonetheless, it's a party. It's going to be in Puerto Rico. Join the Discord for more details. We do have a chat dedicated to the 100K Fiesta called 100K Bitcoin Fiesta. Be sure to join us if you're looking to link up with us to celebrate a 100,000 Bitcoin price with the fam. Oh crap, I didn't get enough. Please let it go down. Exactly what people are thinking, Folsom. So you're saying we're going to decouple soon. I already feel Bitcoin's on its own trajectory. So yeah. Hey, JV, Meaning the stock market is not going to define Bitcoin. So it's irrelevant what the banks do and what the stock markets do and what gold does, because Bitcoin's an asset class on its own, not comparative to anything else, in my humble opinion. Hee for life. What up, hee? Marathon Digital, hey. Riot Coinbase, what up, McLovin? Good to see you, broski. The only reason it goes down now is the traders who dump a load of Bitcoin and push the price down to active the liquidations, which they then buy up for cheaper, says Robert. Appreciate the insights. Oh, 100K. Yes. No spot ETF, folks. You didn't hear it from me. Gary, are you referring to the Ethereum ETF there, Gary? Is it too late to get into Bitcoin? Great question. Absolutely not. Definitely not too late. We're still early. In the grand scheme of things, if you're in it for the long haul, we're early. If you're in it for the week, so be it. But if you're in this for the long haul, for the next 5-10 years, you're absolutely early. Seize the moment, take advantage of it, and let's go. Send Kathy Wood an invite to the party. It'd be fun to have Kathy at the party, but I don't even know if I trust you broskies around her. Anyways, family, let's discuss BlackRock in a little more detail now. BlackRock labels Bitcoin as progress in their latest spot Bitcoin ETF ad. So they dropped another ad. How many of you watched it? Let me know. BlackRock ramped up its media advertising campaign for its recently launched spot Bitcoin ETF, labeling the asset not as a currency, but as progress. In its latest advertisement, the world's largest asset manager maintained its relatively boring approach to advertising its iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, at least compared to its competitors. Well, they're targeting the boomers, so it only makes sense. They're speaking a different language, family. Bitcoin ETFs have landed, states the yellow advertisement, showing simply a silhouette of a runaway in a plane. BlackRock adds the caption, "Get your share of progress." The seemingly mundane marketing approach wasn't overlooked by industry observers such as Bloomberg Intelligence ETF analyst Balchunas, who described it as being in the sweet spot between a boring legacy fund and a "hey, fellow kids" type of stuff. And here you can see here, Bitcoin ETFs landed. iBit, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, now lets you access Bitcoin, where you get your stocks and bonds so you can manage all of your investments in one place. Get your share of progress. So he added that the firm was on the brink of pulling away as the category liquidity king. So going for the kill with more advertising makes sense. Adding the following. Interesting, they equate Bitcoin not with a commodity or a currency, but with progress. And quoting Eric Balchunas, new iBit ad just dropped. In my opinion, simple, modern, effective, and a sweet spot for the boring legacy fund. Co-ad and strong advisor-friendly vibes. BlackRock on the brink of pulling away as the category liquidity king, going for the kill with more ads. Only makes sense. Now, the firm also mentions how the ETF standardizes the Bitcoin, making it like stocks and bonds in a portfolio. BlackRock's first ETF advertisement, released January 11th, also took the mature approach, targeting the affluent boomer market. Since the product launch, BlackRock has seen inflows of $5.3 billion to the iBit ETF, according to Farside. Moreover, the Bitcoin ETF market in war has been heating up since Bitwise dropped the first ad mid-December 2023 using actor Jonathan Goldsmith, the most interesting man in the world. The promotional blitz accelerated after Google began allowing crypto ads earlier in February, and on the 15th of February, iShares started promoting the fact that Bitcoin had become a $1 trillion asset in terms of market cap, and coincidentally, whistleblower Ed Snowden also referred to Bitcoin as the future of money in a recent tweet on February 19th, quoting him here, "Unpopular but true. Bitcoin is the most significant monetary advance since the creation of coinage." Preach. So there you have it. Crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on BlackRock's new advertising piece. And I do think they'll continue advertising till the wheels fall off. They have all the money in the world. And there's mass competition, which we call game theory, in full effect with ETFs here in the United States, as there's 11 now officially live as of January 11th. And now we have competition likely coming soon out of Hong Kong, which we have discussed. The first ETF applicant has already been submitted. And we also have hype surrounding El Salvador with ETFs coming out, which are going to be different than all the other ETFs currently available, which means Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, which doesn't exist currently. Kuz Dog says, I am retired now. I have access to my 401k. I have been pulling from my S&P fund and putting it into Bitcoin and alts for a year and a half, done with the fiat market JV. Good to hear that, family. Welcome to Bitcoin. Do you have a pool? Because bathtub won't be enough for the 100K party with Kathy joining. See, David? If institutions buy up all the Bitcoin where retail investors can't afford or access buying it directly, how can Bitcoin actually be implemented into society and utilized? Well, the good news is one single Bitcoin valued at currently 52,000 can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. So don't think the average Joe needs to be a whole coiner in order to take advantage of the benefits of being a Bitcoiner. Everyone can benefit on planet Earth with Bitcoin, depending upon where you're at. So if you can only afford a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of some biddies, you got to do what you got to do. Start stacking sats accordingly. It's only going to become more and more difficult over time to accumulate because the price will go up. But right now, you guys can all very effortlessly become Satoshi millionaires if you're not already. What does it cost you? Maybe $300? If someone can run the math, let me know. Hey, JV, promote the Discord. Thank you, Jennifer. We do have a Discord, link in the description, or simply go to discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. Free to join, very active. We got a very strong family over there, and you guys can plug into 20 plus different chats exclusive on our Discord server. So check it out. That's right. Stack sats, KJam. You got it. Vanguard needs to nut up and get an ETF. Yeah, Vanguard's the old money, and they're sticking by, well, it's against our ethos and our ethics, Bitcoin. Meanwhile, who do you think the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy is? Vanguard. So it's ironic, isn't it? Support CNA through Patreon. We do have a Patreon. There's different ways to support Crypto News Alerts. You can support us through channel memberships. You can support us through supers. You could also support us through the Patreon. And there's other ways. Of course, you can support us for free just by smashing the like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and by interacting in the chat each and every day. It helps out a lot. One Satoshi equals $1 would be wild. I do believe that would be wild. And also maybe a potential possibility by the time Bitcoin becomes a world reserve currency. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know, fam. No, Mr. Bone Daddy, you are not going to drink the hot tub water in Puerto Rico. Hilarious. No problem, K-Jam. Jennifer says, if you're getting value, smash the like. We appreciate that, family.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
Tell them, Michael. They got to get more biddies.
Again, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up.
3AC, we blowing it up.
Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop
Pump, pump. Great to see. Stepped up and the sponsor of the show. Not a sponsor of the show. This is just an official jersey, and they're a sponsor, I guess, for the NBA, Golden State Warriors. I just got this jersey from my mom for my birthday because she knows I love number 11. So, Mr. Thompson in the house. But I thought that was weird. I'm like, yo, why is there an advertisement on my jersey? But then I'm like, well, the official jerseys have advertisers, so makes sense. That is hilarious. I wish they were my sponsor. Sell the crap in your house, garage, anything to buy more Bitcoin. Exactly, family. One sat will be worth more than $1 in 10 years, predicts Kuzdog. I hope you're right, broski. That'd be pretty lit.
but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love.
Can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love. JV always misses what we are talking about and then picks random comments to read out loud. Not true, Mr. Bone Daddy. When I am reading the stories, I don't know what you guys are saying because I'm reading a story and I don't have the comments in front of my face. In between stories, I do my best to read every single comment, but I don't get to see what you guys said prior. I can only see what's live and in the flesh in front of me, just FYI. So you know how it works. I drink Kathy Wood's bathwater, but the young Kathy Woods. Oh boy, genre short. You guys are funny. Bro, I asked you a month ago if you had heard of Whitney Webb. You know now. Yet now I know Whitney Webb. Yes, shout out to Whitney Webb. She's been blowing the whistle on BlackRock and seems to be a very legitimate journalist, which I respect because journalism nowadays is dead, if you know what I mean. People get offended so easily. True. This might be the wrong chat for you. Watch out, boys. Take profits, says T-Man Bond. You the best at reading comments. Better than any other pod. Thank you, Dirty. I do my best, but far from perfect. So, Hecklefish. Miss Webb is a freaking god, bro. I believe you, K-Jam. I'm a fan already, just based upon the contents I've been seeing from her. Independent journalists. There you go. I got to respect that. There's not many true independent journalists nowadays. Kathy Wood in the hot tub at the Marriott of Puerto Rico. Oh, my God. I think that's my clue or cue. Next story. All right, let's now discuss Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, projecting 100,000 Bitcoin price target by June, which is right around the corner, which would be pretty lit. That would obviously be post-halving. And then we'll be discussing the latest from Whitney Webb and BlackRock's Endgame as we blow the whistle on their true agenda. And then we'll do some live Q&A. If you're just joining the stream, pump the likes to pump the stream. I greatly appreciate that, family. So yeah, Rich Dad recently shared on X, Bitcoin to 100,000 by June 2024, got over 3.2 million views, and that was just shared 2 days ago. So he ultimately expects Bitcoin and silver to take off while gold will crash below $1,200 an ounce, which is interesting considering how bullish he has been on gold over the past few decades. So where's the gold price right now? I'm going to speculate 2,000, but correct me if I'm wrong, family. Let me know in the chat. So he's ultimately anticipating a $800 gold crash. Let me know if you agree. The acclaimed author has also been issuing warnings about the U.S. economy, likening its potential collapse to that of the Roman Empire without expecting a soft landing. He has additionally forecasted imminent crashes in both the stock and bond markets. Moreover, he expressed concerns that the next crash could spiral into a depression. In a recent warning, he also urged investors to buy Bitcoin in response to the U.S. government's growing debt. What is it, like 34 trillion, fam? He later emphasized that crypto's potential to protect against the theft of our wealth via our money. Following the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, he also revealed that he had increased his Bitcoin holdings. He believes Bitcoin will soon hit $150,000 per coin, advising investors to pay attention to the upcoming Bitcoin halving. Now, Rich Dad isn't the only one bullish on Bitcoin post-halving. We also have David Strzewiecki, an investment advisor and CEO of Sound Planning Group, who said last week that Bitcoin is priced for a serious rally. And also we had a panel of experts at Finder ultimately predict exceeding 77,000 this year, which personally I think is extremely bearish and conservative, but still puts us in price discovery. We also have Tim Draper, the billionaire venture capitalist who doubled down on his $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction for this year in 2024. And we also have FundStrat's head of research who says Bitcoin is heading to 150,000, could even potentially hit 500,000, which is $500,000 within the next 5 years. And we also have Cathie Wood's investment management firm ARK Invest seeing a higher probability of the Bitcoin price soaring to 1.5 million per coin. In fact, about a week or two ago, I even shared an updated analysis from ARK with Cathie Wood suggesting we could hit 2.3 million per coin. We also have Standard Chartered, the primary shareholder of that company, major bank, is actually BlackRock. They also say Bitcoin could hit 200,000 per coin in 2025. And asset manager Bitwise expects Bitcoin to surpass 80,000 this year, while competing firm VanEck said Bitcoin will make an all-time high Q4 of this year, potentially spurred by political events and regulatory shifts following the U.S. presidential election, which is scheduled to happen later this year, I think around November. So let me know if you guys are currently bullish regarding that, and what's your thoughts regarding Rich Dad's 100,000 price target by June of this year. Considering it's already February, we're only a week or two away from March. That's April, May, June, roughly 3 months out. Let me know your thoughts, family, in the comments below. And I'm going to read you one more tweet he shared. Andy Sheckman asked a very important question. Who is going to buy U.S. bonds? The banks are buying gold, not U.S. debt. How will America run without the money? How will the world operate with money? What will you do without money? Gold is going to crash possibly below $1,200 an ounce. Silver will take off, as will Bitcoin. Take care and be careful. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on that sentiment. Hopefully we'll hit 100,000 by June, says Relaxing. Look up Her TV, Donald Trump, Tucker. Good to note. I actually heard that rap. K-Jam sent it to me the other day. It was actually pretty lit. Shout out High Res. I'm actually a fan of his. I didn't realize he produced that song using the AI. So much love, much respect. And yes, that's a pretty classic jam as well, K-Jam. K-Jam sharing all the jams. Rise to the top, fam. We have it in us. Trust the U.S. or trust and believe in yourself. You can accomplish anything you believe. That's right. You can do anything you set your mind to, fam. Appreciate the positive vibes there. Respect, fam. Keep it 100 like your orange hat. I appreciate it, K-Jam. Cheers, brother. Robert is 1.2 billion in debt. So give me some more insights there, because I don't know about Robert's debt, if that is true. How is he 1.2 billion in debt? Let me know. Lock Sky just gifted 5 memberships of the channel. This is the legendary Lock Sky, who a few episodes ago gifted 50 memberships in a single click, which is unheard of. So congratulations, all the new members. We got Robert Rollister, Kron Rican, Born to Code, Jerry Schick, Martin. You've all been blessed with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel, so please thank Lock Sky for hooking you guys up. That's pretty remarkable. Thank you, family, for always giving. We appreciate you. You're officially a legend. I got 2 squares in my head arguing about that. I am nuts. Where's the Gary Gensler at? Let me see if I can get Gary on the horn. Gary, are you available, brother?
Hey, JB, it's Mr. Gensler.
Yeah, Gary, so everyone wants to know regarding these Ethereum ETFs, are we likely to get the approval this year? There's supposed to be deadlines in May. Any inside information you can share with us?
JB, here's where I stand at this point. Everything is an unregistered security. Bitcoin got lucky. If it was for me, I would have never approved the Bitcoin ETFs. They forced my hand, damn it, Grayscale. You had to win that lawsuit against us. Now I'm pissed. So hell no, no unregistered securities are getting ETFs. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as my name is no Claire Gare, nothing's happening. Just consider yourself lucky, JV, that I approved the Bitcoin ETF.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate tuning in.
No worries, JV, anytime.
There you have it. First and foremost from Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC. Doesn't look likely he's going to approve the Ethereum ETFs, but then again, he could change his mind like that because he's controlled by handlers. So keep that in mind. Maybe BlackRock will give him the nudge and say, hey, Gary, we need this ETF. And Gary will be like, okay, you forced my hand. You never know. Pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. Yeah, I got to play the original.
Pump it up, don't you know?
The classic.
Pump it up, you got to pump it up.
Jay says, Whitney Webb, I found listening to Ryan Christian. They are both very insightful, to say the least. I appreciate the insights. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day with Whitney Webb here soon. Gary is making money, scaring people away. Precisely how he makes his money. That's his job. Scare people out of crypto. Put the fear of God in them that crypto is going to zero. They're all unregistered securities, according to Gary. OG, pump it up. Precisely, KJM.
Don't you know? Pump it up, you got to pump it up.
So please, family, pump the likes to pump the stream. We're about to go into high gear and kick off our featured story of the day. We got to get more people on the stream, so it helps out tremendously. I appreciate it.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
Gary says you're welcome. There he is. We got to actually bring this Gary in because he's the real Gary. I was just doing an impersonation if you couldn't tell. So maybe I'll have to figure out how to stream you in here if you want, Gary, and you can speak. Allah bless America and Trump for the king, says Muhammad. Cheers, Muhammad. What's up, brother? How's your cousins in Saudi doing? Let me know if we're going to get any big news here coming up. Holla, holla. Scare bear, gare. Pretty much. The ultimate care bear, scare bear, gare. But anyways, family, now for our featured story of the day. Whitney Webb says BlackRock's grand scheme to tokenize the world, and she exposes it. So I want to actually break this down, and shout out to Whitney Webb. She was recently interviewed on this podcast with Mark Goodwin, and I'm going to read you some of the quotes, and then we're going to dive deeper into what this means as tokenization, BlackRock's plan to own the fractionalized world. So yeah, here are some quotes. Larry Fink on Bitcoin's future. Bitcoin is a technology for asset storage, and it is an asset, not a currency. And now they're calling it progress in their new ETF ad, interestingly. If we can tokenize an ETF of Bitcoin, what else can we ETF? That's the ultimate goal. They're coming for Ethereum ETF. They want to turn everything into an ETF. That's their business model. Now, Mark's observation on tokenization from the pod with Whitney Webb, he said, you will allow BlackRock to build the panopticon of tokenized Earth with Americans' retirement money under the dialect pretext of owning the liberals, unknowingly collecting all aspects of ownership to centralized databases, walled identity gardens, and fractionalized reserve assets transmitted and issued on the private blockchains of Wall Street banks. Now here's Whitney's critique of Wall Street. Don't trust Wall Street giants. Preach. They become that powerful on Wall Street because they are pretty cutthroat and criminal. That's how you rise to the top of the particular sphere. And she makes a great point there. Of course they're criminal. Now, Mark, on the co-opting of Bitcoin, he says the ETF kind of directly plays against Bitcoin as a currency and really leans into it as a commodity. So we have to just be very careful at basically not allowing ourselves to be useful idiots and cheer on the coming of the tokenized world. Now, here's the conclusion from this particular pod, and I encourage you to watch it and check it out for yourself. I'll include this resource in the show notes below the video in the description. The pod presents a critical examination of intersection between Bitcoin and traditional financial institutions, specifically focused on the actions and plans of BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, and its CEO, Lawrence Fink. The discussion reveals a history of financial manipulation, which we all know they have a history of, and a potential co-opting of Bitcoin's original ethos of decentralization and financial sovereignty. The episode serves as a cautionary tale, urging the Bitcoin community to maintain vigilance against the backdrop of political and financial entities that may seek to harness the technology for purposes divergent from its founding principles. Though this reflective narrative, the episode calls for the re-evaluation of the direction in which Bitcoin's integration into the financial system is heading and encourages a steadfast commitment to the core values of privacy, freedom, resistance, and centralized control. Now, I also want to point out, quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, who has been blowing the whistle and not trusting the government and BlackRock and what they're doing as well. Max says, "You are not protected against government seizures, and the U.S. government plans to seize all the Bitcoin ETF Bitcoin in the interests of national security." Now, BlackRock and Fidelity already collectively now hold over 200,000 Bitcoin through custodian Coinbase. At the rate they're going to soon have millions of Bitcoin in their possession. So could the ultimate plot be for the U.S. government in the name of national security, ultimately confiscate the Bitcoin and replace it with the U.S. dollar or CBDC equivalent? What are your thoughts? Quoting Max here. Number one, the government seizes the ETF in the name of national security. Number two, before they send you your USD, the price moves up 100,000. Then you pay tax on the gain from the payout, and with what's left, you buy Bitcoin at a price 100,000 higher. Then the price crashes, and now you're sitting on a net losing position from where you started. So keep in mind, know thy enemy. Anything is possible. And just note this, that self-custodied Bitcoin is not equivalent to Bitcoin ETF Bitcoin, because if you don't own the private keys, therefore, it's not your coins. It would be Coinbase's or BlackRock's or whomever is holding the Bitcoin. Now, while the BlackRock chairman was not shy about expressing other aspects of the potential build of tokenized digital markets, these two statements in particular illuminate the coveted path forward for how the biggest institutions intend to be carefully integrated into Bitcoin into the legacy financial system. Larry Fink even went so far to turn the abbreviated noun ETF, an exchange-traded fund, into a verb, gloating about transmuting the Bitcoin protocol into just another speculative commodity. All the efforts of miners and nodes across the world to decentralize trust and issuance and settlement reduced to a paper offering by their iShares division. That's right. Here's Mr. Lawrence Fink right here. The biggest players in the US dollar system are all but clamoring over each other to offer such products to their retail customers. Understanding that the axiom neuters Bitcoin as a viable currency capable of competing with day-to-day bargaining and settlement utility of the dollar, there are many reasons to believe the US dollar system has much to gain from dollar-denominated appreciation of Bitcoin, but significantly less so if the protocol itself is capable of serving the everyday transactional needs of billions across the globe. One of the most common rebuttals to the claim that Bitcoin cannot scale to become a functioning currency is the Lightning Network, the layer 2. While the trustless method of shared upspent transaction outputs via hash time locked contracts payment channel is quite novel, the ultimate end game for such model servicing billions necessitates a large amount of liquidity in Bitcoin terms locked up within the network. A centralized Lightning Network brings about many issues of privacy, transactional censorship, and even user access restrictions, not to mention the mathematical realities of demand for Bitcoin limited block space when opening a billion channels. Now, many fintech companies such as the Lightning Labs and Blockstream have spent millions in capital developing methods for utilizing Bitcoin as a way to issue tokenized assets, such as stable coins like Tether's USDT, in order to transact dollar-denominated tokens via Lightning channels or federated sidechains. While the institutional adoption dream by early Bitcoin adopters has certainly come to fruition, the actualization and methods of these institutions is clear. Bitcoin must remain an asset, and all effort on scaling is the currency should be directed towards the dollar. Now, Larry Fink himself in the same Bloomberg interview stated, "We believe the ETFs are a technology no different than Bitcoin was a technology for asset storage. Bitcoin spot ETF products encourage many practices far outside the norm of the typical Bitcoin user within the near decade and a half of its existence. An example, trusting a custodian with your keys, limiting exchange to US business days and hours, and aggregating individual exposure into a collective paper claim managed or surveilled by highly regulated brokers. The anti-state revolution that has dominated the most Bitcoin discourse since 2009 has become colored by red, white, and blue ticker tape, furthering the idea that the US has much to gain from the adoption and co-option of Bitcoin is the tangible stash of coins distributed within its borders. MicroStrategy's 190,000 Bitcoin stash, the 215,000 Bitcoin seized from the Department of Justice, Block One's 164,000, Grayscale's 487,000, and GBTC, and now with the new US spot ETF offerings holding a combined now above 200,000 BTC as mass accumulation continues. This is an arguably meaningful portion of the circulating supply of Bitcoin, not to mention the likely possibility of further treasuries held off the books by American investors. Bitcoin is already making the US ETF inflow history as the combined growth within the first 2 weeks already outpaced the decade-long entirety of the silver spot ETF market. Any liquidity needed for an institutional Lightning network that could compete with legacy payment providers such as Visa and MasterCard is already safely nestled within the borders of the US and thus well within reach of the regulatory arms of the DOJ, SEC, Treasury, as well as the Federal Reserve. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Do you think the master plot is for BlackRock to virtually tokenize everything, as Whitney Webb points out, and that they can also confiscate all the Bitcoin they choose through Coinbase, which already now has over 1 million Bitcoin custodied between BlackRock, the other asset managers such as GBTC, etc. Let me know your thoughts, because that would give the government more Bitcoin than Satoshi himself. Let that sink in, family. Bitcoin will be the currency, which the way the global wealth will be redistributed, says Kepler. In other words, self-custody and HODL. Exactly, 100%. You got that right, Jennifer. Soon you'll be ETF sales slowing, says T-Man. Some are anticipating it just speeding up like a snowball effect. You're anticipating slowing down. We shall soon see. I think the outflows are clearly going to be slowing down. Soon you'll hear, we'll soon see, what will happen if Coinbase crash due so much purchase demands, not being able to cover the orders and complications, all sorts of companies go bankrupt. It's a possibility. I know every bull market, when you try to buy Bitcoin or sell, when we're at price discovery mode, it's like it always goes down and crashes. Previous 2 cycles, that's what I witnessed. It's like, again? So be careful, make your moves accordingly before all the chaos in the markets. Don't worry about it going down, just about making a double bottom on the 4-hour chart, going up over 53,000 after that happens, says Jennifer. Dirty says, I would like to get Whitney's back door. Good Lord, Dirty. Why are you so dirty? Seems like that would be their motive, says Carrie. ETF Bitcoin is owned by pension funds and rich people. The government is going to steal their stuff. Well, the government can kind of do anything they want, unfortunately. That's why we self-custody. The only thing the government can't do is take your self-custodied Bitcoin. They could try to spread FUD and put the fear of God in you that holding it is dangerous or something, but we're not that stupid. We're not idiots, right? So don't keep your crypto on the exchanges. Note, any exchange can be confiscated by the government. Any ETF can be confiscated by the government. And we don't trust the government, do we? Shout out Barack Monfils Evangelista. Greatly appreciate the super family. How you been? What I mean is, if Coinbase goes bankrupt, does everyone using it as a custodian get screwed out of their money? It's a great question. You'd have to read the fine print of how that works with creditors and debtors and all that stuff. I honestly don't know, but probably would be difficult to get it, I would imagine. You may get the dollar equivalent, though, which is ultimately what you get when you cash out, right? So hypothetically speaking, say you had 50,000 in the Bitcoin ETF. Let's say Bitcoin is worth 100,000 next week. You go to cash out. It's not like you get the Bitcoin, you get the cash equivalent, which would be $100,000. So if it were to crash, depending upon their solvency and their books, I don't know who gets paid first. Usually it's the creditors. So who knows? Usually it's the investors getting taken care of last, kind of like we witnessed with Celsius and these other firms that went under. JV, where's Dankness at? I don't know, but I am streaming kind of live today. Maybe he's at work. I don't know. But I miss Dankness. Where you at, brother? No way. We'll pass the law making Bitcoin legal tender. The e-test will pay 1-to-1 Bitcoin for dollars, whatever you want. Bitcoin is the new global monetary system. Preach, David. Whitney is CNA's new Kathy. Dang, you guys are liking Whitney, I see. Rise to the top, fam. We have it in us. Trust and believe in yourself. You can accomplish anything you believe in. Facts. Preach. Shout out Zachary David. Been okay. Been traveling a lot. Just got home last night, so I'll be watching more regularly. Good to hear, Barack. Appreciate you, and welcome back home. Where'd you get to travel? Let me know.
Flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
That's right. BlackRock asset manager of the TSP, the 401k of Fed workers and politicians. Lots of power. Yeah, some would argue too much power. BlackRock has more power than nations. You know what I mean? Some would argue that BlackRock and the U.S. government are one and the same. You'll get what they tell you you're going to get. Exactly, Joe somebody. You may get some CBDC you don't want. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to cash out. I want my Bitcoin. I want to buy Bitcoin. And now there's no more Bitcoin available. And you have a CBDC worthless, programmable money. These guys are cheating on Kathy Wood for Whitney now. Dang. Just like that. Where's the loyalty, Jerry? That's what I'm saying. Las Vegas, Mexico City, and Fort Lauderdale. Nice. I dig it. Fun places to visit. Always enjoy checking into the best interactive Bitcoin show in the cryptoverse. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, Steven. Steven Basieto, are you Italiano too, family? Let me know. I second that motion, Surge. Yes, I think we need more wrenches in here. Can you please remind me again, what is the second best crypto? I mean, Mr. Sailor, take it away.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? Would you cold storage wallet in a safe deposit box? No, I would never put anything of value in a safety deposit box because the government is known for being corrupt and confiscating the wealth out of the boxes. I've seen many articles from different countries where, even including in Italy, where the banks are going under and, you know, they're becoming insolvent and they need funds and they just confiscate all the wealth from the boxes. So don't think for a second anything is safe in a safety deposit box, especially a hard, a wallet or a passphrase or something like that. In my opinion, the stupidest thing you can do for self-custody is put your device or your private seed phrase in that type of box, a safety deposit box, because there's no safety and it's misleading. The term is misleading. It should just be a bank deposit box. Safety deposit, there's nothing safe about it because they have the key to it. As long as they have a master key to your private key, no. Be careful. Everything is possible. Mooner Hell Price. Geraldo, banks gone, boxes again, gone. There you go. Exactly. Really, even the USA, that'd be unprecedented. Well, I haven't read stories of them doing it in the US, but they have confiscated gold in the US. So what makes you think they can't look in your box and just take something? And why would you trust anyone if they had a key? Even if it's like a random bank employee, like going rogue. There's so many risks involved with you putting it at the bank out of all places. I think you can think of some more safer places to protect your wallet. You know what I mean? Think harder. I just transferred all of my Bitcoins and Coinbase to my cold wallet. Nice. Let's go. Keep in mind, your seed phrase doesn't have to be stolen, just captured. Exactly. A pic that can be taken of it, and you won't know until they decide to take it at the top of the bull run. Precisely. So for example, you write your recovery seed 24-word phrase, and if anyone has access to that, they can take a screenshot. Now they have your private keys and your crypto is stolen. So you got to kind of think a few steps ahead here. Hide your money under your mattress. There you go, Robert. I would say I'd rather have fiat under the mattress than at the bank, because at least under the mattress, you can access it at any time. If it's at the bank, you got to like, please, can I have my money back? I know it's you're a fractional reserve bank and you don't keep cash here and you're insolvent. Please, can I have my money back? And then you got to fill out a form of, what do you intend to do with this money? It's like, no, thank you. I'll keep it under the mattress. Private key management needs to be more creative for development. The only wealth in the local bank is in the boxes. There you go. Bitcoin equals crypto gold. Exactly. They can confiscate your crypto gold, just like gold bars. JV in the house. Pump, 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 pump it up. Shout out Automan. We're trying to get away from the banks. Why would you trust them in any way? Precisely. The banks. The Patriot Act gives the government the right to search all safety deposit boxes of the banks. Facts. They can be like, we thought he was a terrorist because he was a Bitcoiner. We saw him on JV's podcast talking about being a whole coiner. So therefore, we searched the box. We found the private keys. Mission accomplished. Sailor doesn't mention how decentralized crypto removes the middleman. I think Sailor just wants to loan the Fed coin against his Bitcoin. Word. The Patriot Act gives, yeah, man, that's true. Hide your money in the mattress is why I told the feds where it came from. Profits done legally. Memorizing is not even safe. The thought police can read your mind. Jedi mind tricks. A hypnotist can as well. They can put you under hypnosis, just like they do MK Ultra, mind control. Probably. Something tried to get access to my bank today. Joke's on them. It's all in Bitcoin. Yeah, only keep in the bank what you can afford to lose. I typically, I run a business, so I have to have a bank for my business. I just keep enough in the bank to pay the bills at the end of the day, keep the business afloat. Savings, I use Bitcoin as a savings. It's crazy how they demonetized. MJ, I know all about Majestic. Yeah, man. That's a topic of conversation for Rumble, but yeah, man. The only vault in modern banks is the drive-through safe. Learning a lot here. Thanks, fam. You're welcome, Zachary David. Cheers, brother. Appreciate you guys. I have a few dollars in the bank. All paying the debt or going to Bitcoin. Word. Well, here's what we're going to do, fam. We're going to end the stream a little early because I got to pick up my daughter soon. However, we're going to still continue with the uncensored version of the podcast, exclusive on Rumble. So head on to Rumble right now. There's always a Rumble link in the description. You can find it. It's ultimately rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And if you're new and you don't know, I stream live every day on YouTube and Rumble simultaneously. YouTube stream ends. We continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive only on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble. We'll still kick it for a bit. I look forward to chatting it up with you guys. And I'll be back here on the tube at 9 p.m. Eastern for the premiere of today's pod. I appreciate y'all and see you very shortly over on Rumble. Let's pump it up. Let's go. All right. Rumble fan, where you at?